This is All India Radio. We now bring you a special news program on COVID-19. Good morning. I am Sarabjit Kaur. With me is Subhadra Ramachandran. The headlines. Cabinet approves ordinance making acts of violence against healthcare workers as cognizable and non-bailable offence. Indian Medical Association welcomes the move. Health Ministry says hospitals located in and around COVID-19 containment zones should treat all patients as suspected corona case until proven otherwise. Government has set up 723 COVID-19 hospitals across the country. Telangana government extends corona quarantine period from the existing 14 days to 28 days. Microsoft founder Bill Gates praises Prime Minister Narendra Modi for his leadership and proactive measures to flatten COVID-19 curve in India. And WHO says novel coronavirus likely to remain for a long time to come. The Union Cabinet has approved promulgation of ordinance to amend the Epidemic Diseases Act 1897 in view of COVID-19 pandemic, making acts of violence against the healthcare workers as cognizable and non-bailable offences. Under it, there is a provision to provide compensation for injury to healthcare service personnel or for causing damage or loss to the property. Briefing media in New Delhi yesterday after the cabinet meeting, Minister of Information and Broadcasting Prakash Javadekar said that health workers who are trying to save the country from this COVID-19 pandemic are unfortunately facing attacks.
एपिडेमिक डिसीजेस एक्ट 1897 उस कानून के तहत उसमें बदलाव करके ये अध्यादेश लागू करने का निर्णय आज मंत्रिमंडल ने किया है। अब ये होगा कि इस तरह का अपराध ये कॉग्निजेबल होगा और नॉन बेलेबल होगा। ये संज्ञान भी लिया जाएगा, सीनियर इंस्पेक्टर के लेवल पे ही इन्वेस्टिगेशन होगी।
Mr. Javadekar informed the accused of the attack can attract a punishment ranging from 3 months to 5 years and a fine from 50,000 rupees to 2 lakh rupees. He said in case of grievous injuries, the accused can be sentenced from 6 months to 7 years and they can also be penalized from 1 lakh to 5 lakh rupees. The minister said if damage is done to the vehicles or clinics of healthcare workers, then a compensation amounting to twice the market value of the damaged property will be taken from the accused. Mr. Javadekar also said that in the last 3 months, the government has taken several steps in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic. He said the government took the decision of providing 50 lakh rupees insurance cover each for all healthcare workers, including doctors, nurses and ASHA workers. He also said under Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, the beneficiary will get the treatment in COVID hospital free of cost in case of coronavirus infection. He added in case of non-COVID diseases, the beneficiary will also be eligible to get the treatment in non-impanelled hospitals free of cost through the certificate issued by the government hospital. Minister Prakash Javadekar has said that government has set up 723 COVID-19 hospitals across the country. Talking to media persons, he said 1.86 lakh beds and over 24,000 ICU facility beds have also been created throughout the country by the government to deal with the pandemic.
ये नए कोविड हॉस्पिटल बने 723, इसमें अब 1,86,000 लगभग 2 लाख बेड्स आइसोलेशन के तैयार हो गए हैं, 24,000 आईसीयू बेड्स हैं और 12,190 वेंटिलेटर्स हैं। तो ये सेवाओं का विस्तार 3 महीने में किया। जहां पीपीई की बात है, आज 77 डोमेस्टिक मैन्युफैक्चरर्स हो गए और 1,88,00,000 इतनी इनको ऑर्डर दी है और रोज सामान आ रहा है। N95 मास्क जो डॉक्टरों को लगाने चाहिए, जो आरोग्य कर्मियों को लगाने चाहिए, इसकी अभी उपलब्धता 25 लाख है और 2.5 करोड़ लगभग ऑर्डर दिया है।
Indian Medical Association IMA has welcomed the Union Cabinet's decision to approve an ordinance to protect the healthcare workers. IMA President Dr. Ranjan Sharma lauded the ordinance, and thanked the Prime Minister, Home Minister and Health Minister for keeping their promise. IMA's Maharashtra chapter has also welcomed the central government's move that will make acts of violence against healthcare workers a cognizable and non-bailable offence. Its president, Dr. Avinash Bhondwe, described it as a long-awaited decision in favour of doctors.
Health and Family Welfare Ministry suggested that hospitals located in proximity and catering to COVID-19 containment zone, it might be desirable to treat all patients as suspect COVID-19 case until proven otherwise and exercise standard care. Health and Family Welfare Ministry issued the guidelines to be followed on detection of suspect or confirmed COVID-19 case in a non-COVID health facility. The guidelines stated that whenever a non-COVID patient or any healthcare worker is suspected to have COVID-like symptoms or test positive for COVID-19, the Hospital Infection Control Committee will come into action, investigate the matter and suggest further course of action. As per the guidelines, all close contact of healthcare workers and supportive staff of the confirmed case should be put on hydroxychloroquine chemoprophylaxis for a period of 7 weeks, keeping in mind the introduction of hydroxychloroquine. It has also been said that once a suspect or confirmed case is detected in a healthcare facility, standard procedure of rapid isolation, contact listing and tracking disinfection will follow with no need to shut down the whole facility. The recovery rate of COVID-19 patients in the country is 19.36%. Health Ministry said as of now 3,870 people have been cured. A total of 1,383 new confirmed cases of novel coronavirus have been reported in the country during the last 24 hours. The ministry said 19,984 positive cases of COVID-19 have been reported across the country so far. Health Ministry said Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR, has forwarded a protocol for using rapid antibody tests to all states. It is reiterated that antibody rapid tests are largely to be used as a tool for surveillance. The ministry said utility of this test is evolving globally and it is currently being used for detecting the formation of antibodies in individuals. These test results are also dependent on field conditions. As noted by ICMR, these tests cannot replace the RT-PCR test to diagnose COVID-19 cases. ICMR has assured assistance to collect data from various states to assess the scope and extent of utility of these rapid antibody tests in field conditions, and ICMR shall keep advising the states on a regular basis. In our series, Experts Speak on All India Radio, we bring you the views of the leading medical experts on COVID-19. Talking to AIR News, President of Public Health Foundation of India, Dr. K. Srinath Reddy said, India is in a much better position as compared to the rest of the world. He added, lockdown has reduced the pace of spread of virus.
जो आशंका थी पहले जो खतरे का, वो खतरा तो लगता नहीं है. ये काफी धीमी गति से अभी वायरस फैल रही है भारत देश में. इतना बड़ा देश है, इतने प्रांत है, उनमें फर्क भी है. फिर भी लगता है कि जितना हमें ये खतरा पहले आशंका थी, उस गति से तो नहीं बढ़ रही है. ये लॉकडाउन का असर पड़ चुका है, ब्रेक्स लग चुके हैं और संभावना है कि जल्द से जल्दी ये वायरस की गति हम बदल सकते हैं.
He also emphasized the importance of social distancing to check the spread of virus.
ये बिल्कुल आवश्यक है कि हम ये सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग का पालन करें. एक दूसरे से 2 मीटर का फासला इसलिए रखें ताकि एक आदमी से दूसरे आदमी तक ये कोरोना वायरस खांसी के जो बिंदु होते हैं तो उसके द्वारा दूसरे आदमी के शरीर में प्रवेश न करें.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will interact with all the state chief ministers on 27th of this month. He will interact with them through video conferencing. This will be Prime Minister's third video conference with all the chief ministers since the lockdown was imposed in the country to check the spread of coronavirus. The last such video conference between the Prime Minister and the chief ministers was held on 11th of April, days before the lockdown was extended. Prime Minister will also address various Gram Panchayats across the country tomorrow on the occasion of National Panchayati Raj Day. He will interact with various participants through video conferencing in view of lockdown. Prime Minister Modi will also launch the unified e-Gram Swaraj portal and mobile app on the occasion. The unified portal is a new initiative of Ministry of Panchayati Raj which will provide the Gram Panchayats with a single interface to prepare and implement their Gram Panchayat Development Plan GDP. Prime Minister will also be launching the Swamitva scheme. Principal Economic Advisor Sanjeev Sanyal has said that more calibrated monetary and fiscal stimulus measures are on the anvil to deal with the economic fallout from COVID-19 and the consequent lockdown. International passenger travel would remain shut for a long time, not for weeks, but for months, he said, citing examples of sectors which will continue to be non-functional. As far as internal economy is concerned, he said it will be opened up in phases and efforts would be made to provide a cushion to the sectors hit hard by the lockdown through a series of measures from both fiscal and monetary sides. Sanyal said the RBI has already announced 2 stimulus packages and Governor Shaktikanta Das has hinted at more measures in the future depending on requirement. To mitigate hardships faced by the poor, he said the government last month announced a staggering 1.70 lakh crore rupees package to cushion the bottom of the pyramid by providing free food and ex gratia. He said the world has also recognized efficiency of India's administrative machinery in handling such kind of lockdown without much of a problem. NAFED and Food Corporation of India, FCI, have procured pulses and oilseeds worth 1,313 crore rupees, benefiting more than 1,74,000 farmers. Our correspondent reports that the Department of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers' Welfare is taking several measures to facilitate the farmers and farming activities at field level during the lockdown period.
Procurement of pulses and oil seeds on minimum support price is currently in progress in 20 states during the current Rabi season. Over 1,67,000 tons of pulses and over 1,11,000 tons of oil seeds have been procured by NAFED and FCI. A separate cell has been constituted for monitoring the supply and prices of essential goods, including fruits and vegetables. Agriculture Ministry is in touch with Maharashtra Mandi Board for supply of onion. Presently, the Agricultural Produce Market Committees of Nasik are sending around 300 trucks of onion on daily basis to various parts of the country. Government has also initiated several steps to decongest wholesale markets and improve the supply network. With Dipendra Bhupen Singh, AIR News, Delhi.
Lifeline Udaan flights have delivered around 552 tons of essential goods amid the lockdown. Operated by Civil Aviation Ministry, these flights transport essential medical cargo to remotest parts of the country to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic. 330 flights have been operated under Lifeline Udaan by Air India, Alliance Air, Indian Air Force and private carriers. Helicopter services including Pawan Hans has been operating in Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Islands and Northeast region, transporting critical medical cargo and patients. Pawan Hans has carried 1.90 tons of cargo covering a distance of 6,537 kilometers so far. The domestic Lifeline Udaan cargo includes COVID-19 related reagents, enzymes, medical equipment, testing kits, PPE, masks, gloves, other materials of Indian Council of Medical Research, cargo requisitioned by state and union territory governments and postal packets. Domestic cargo operators SpiceJet, Blue Dart and Indigo are operating cargo flights on a commercial basis. This is All India Radio giving you a special news program on COVID-19. Let's take a look at the headlines once again. Cabinet approves ordinance making acts of violence against healthcare workers as cognizable and non-bailable offence. Indian Medical Association welcomes the move. Health Ministry says hospitals located in and around COVID-19 containment zones should treat all patients as suspected corona case until proven otherwise. Government has set up 723 COVID-19 hospitals across the country. Telangana government extends corona quarantine period from the existing 14 days to 28 days. Microsoft founder Bill Gates praises Prime Minister Narendra Modi for his leadership and proactive measures to flatten the COVID-19 curve in India. And WHO says novel coronavirus likely to remain for a long time to come. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
Human Resources and Development Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank has launched national program Vidyadan 2 for inviting e-learning content contributions. The program has been launched due to the increasing requirement for e-learning content for students in both school and higher education, especially in the backdrop of situation arising out of COVID-19. Vidyadan is a common national program to develop and contribute e-learning content and a chance to be recognized nationally. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Nishank said that Vidyadan is conceptualized as a common national program for individuals and organizations across the country to contribute e-learning resources for both school and higher education to ensure continuity of quality learning. He said that the content will be used on the Diksha app to help millions of children across the country to continue their learning anytime and anywhere. In Madhya Pradesh, due to the lockdown, the children are at home for a long time. Many efforts are also being made by the administration and police in the state to help the children so that they do not come out of their house to violate lockdown. A report.
In Umaria district of Madhya Pradesh, police has launched a unique competition for children named Stay Home Show Your Talent. Superintendent of Police Sachin Sharma told DIR that
हम लोगों ने बच्चों के लिए ड्राइंग, पेंटिंग या फिर पोएम रिसाइटल या फिर कोई भी वीडियो मैसेज बना के व्हाट्सएप के मैसेज देने का एक प्रतियोगिता आयोजित की थी. इसका बहुत अच्छा रिस्पांस हम लोगों को मिल रहा है.
Till now, more than 150 entries have been received by police department. Praising the creative initiative of the police, poet Kumar Vishwas has sent a video मैसेज टू उमरिया पुलिस.
मध्य प्रदेश की उमरिया पुलिस को इसके लिए आशीष के और प्रोत्साहन की और सराहना के पात्र हैं.
इन अदर डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स ऑफ द स्टेट टू, चिल्ड्रन आर बीइंग केप्ट क्रिएटिवली बिजी बाय इवेंट्स लाइक स्टोरी राइटिंग, ड्राइंग, कैरम एंड चेस कॉम्पिटिशंस. संजीव शर्मा, AIR न्यूज, भोपाल.
In Chhattisgarh, the Central Reserve Police Force CRPF is continuing their operations against the Maoists besides making the rural public aware about the pandemic COVID-19. A report from our Raipur correspondent.
In one of the most Maoist-affected districts of Bastar Division in Chhattisgarh, the Bijapur CRPF personnel are organizing camps to make aware the tribal people about the measures for the prevention of coronavirus. CRPF officer Devendra Pal said,
199 बटालियन द्वारा ग्राम केशपुतुल में सिविक एक्शन प्रोग्राम का आयोजन किया गया, जिसमें ग्रामवासियों को कोविड-19 से बचाव के बारे में बताया गया एवं से संबंधित वस्तुओं का वितरण किया गया, जिसमें मास्क, सैनिटाइजर, हैंड वॉश, डेटॉल सोप और सोडियम हाइपोक्लोराइड सॉल्यूशन और ऑटोमेटिक स्प्रेयर मशीन भी बांटी गई.
The CRPF is playing an important role to control the Maoist problem in Chhattisgarh. Vikalp Shukla, AIR News, Raipur.
In Rajasthan, amidst the gloom due to coronavirus, a news from Sikar district has come as a breath of fresh air. Our Jaipur correspondent has filed this report.
The face of the government school of Palsana village in Sikar district has completely changed in the last 10 days. The school building, which was in absolute shambles, is now attracting everyone's attention and is shining with bright and vibrant color. Due to lockdown, this school was made into a quarantine center which housed 54 laborers from Haryana, Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. Impressed by the hospitality of the citizens of the village, these workers returned something to the village on their behalf. These citizens have set an example of how best to utilize time and in the process contributing to nation building as well. With Bal Mukund Joshi from Sikar, Jitendra Dwivedi, Jaipur.
In Gujarat, 135 new cases were reported yesterday, taking the total number of COVID-19 cases to 2,407. Ahmedabad remains the hotspot for COVID-19 as the city crossed 1,500 mark yesterday. 35 patients were given discharge yesterday. A report.
So far, 179 people have been recovered from COVID-19 in the state. Principal Secretary Dr. Jayanti Ravi said 8 deaths were reported in the state yesterday, taking the total death toll to 103. Surat is the worst affected district with 415 cases and 12 deaths. State government has taken a unique initiative of providing voluntary Ayush treatment to more than 6,000 people who are kept in quarantine centers. After completing the 14 days quarantine period, only 11 of them found positive. The government is promoting Ayush medicines as a supplementary treatment to increase resistance power of the people. Aparna Khut, AIR News, Ahmedabad.
With an addition of 431 new cases, the total number of coronavirus cases in Maharashtra has reached 5,649. The state has reported 789 recoveries, with 67 patients being discharged yesterday. CRPF battalion is feeding many people in the Naxal-affected area, Gadchiroli district. More from our correspondent.
Many people are stuck due to lockdown in various parts of the state. These include workers, employees, professionals and many more. At Desaiganj, in Naxal-affected Gadchiroli, 2 wedding parties from different places got stuck and all of them were daily wages workers. CRPF is providing food to 500 to 600 poor people every day across the city. They are also sanitizing public places like temples, mosques, hospitals, ATMs in the city. CRPF Commandant Prabhakar Tripathi told All India Radio that it is a great satisfaction to have the opportunity to serve the people during lockdown. With Jayant Nimgade, Madhuri Pange, AIR News, Mumbai.
As many as 146 Indian crew members stranded on board a cruise ship due to the coronavirus pandemic will disembark in Mumbai today. A statement from Maharashtra Chief Minister's office is informed that none of the crew members of Marila Discovery have tested positive for COVID-19. The ship had set sail from Thailand almost a month ago and was supposed to travel to Kochi, New Mangalore, Goa and Mumbai between 2nd and 6th April. After disembarking, all the members will have to provide their travel history, undergo COVID-19 test and get themselves quarantined if needed. They will be provided transit pass and vehicles till their home.
A team from the central government visited Pimpri-Chinchwad yesterday to assess the situation regarding the spread of coronavirus and urged civic officials to implement the lockdown plan strictly to control any spread of the infection. The team visited various suburbs and hotspots and interacted with officials, local residents and healthcare staff. The team also directed PCMC officials to be prepared in case the number of cases goes up. Additional Secretary Sanjeev Malhotra said that if the plans put in place by the municipal corporation to contain the spread of COVID-19 are implemented along with the use of technology, then the spread of the coronavirus can be controlled. Delhi government has extended its list of cluster containment zones to 89 to contain the spread of COVID-19. Both the newly demarcated containment zones are located in F block in Lado Sarai. Orders have been given to seal the demarcated zones under the Operation Shield of the Delhi government.
The Uttar Pradesh government had declared 10 districts across the state corona-free. These districts include Pilibhit, Lakhimpur Kheri, Hathras, Bareilly, Prayagraj, Maharajganj, Shahjahanpur, Barabanki, Hardoi and Kaushambi as they had 0 active COVID-19 positive cases. With 112 new corona positive reported in the last 24 hours, the state tally rose to 1,449.
Principal Secretary Health and Family Welfare Amit Mohan Prasad said that coronavirus was presently active in 53 districts in the state. 21 deaths have occurred in the state, including 1 each from Basti, Varanasi, Bulandshahr, Kanpur, Lucknow, Firozabad and Aligarh, while 3 deaths have been reported from Meerut, 5 from Muradabad and 6 from Agra. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath yesterday reviewed the district with over 10 COVID-19 cases and directed officials to strictly implement lockdown in these districts. Meanwhile, Additional Chief Secretary Home Avnish Awasthi said that the number of testing laboratories in the state were being increased. Pool testing has also started in Meerut and Etawah. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
In Bihar, number of positive cases have mounted to 143 with 17 more cases during the past 24 hours. 8 fresh cases have come up in Patna, taking the total to 16 in the state capital. Patna's Khajpura locality has been declared hotspot. There are 98 active cases in the state, while 42 patients have recovered and discharged from hospital. For the first time, 3 migrant workers have tested positive for coronavirus in the state. Telangana government has extended corona quarantine period from the existing 14 days to 28 days. Chief Secretary Sumesh Kumar issued a notification to this regard yesterday. It said only primary contacts of positive cases shall be brought to the quarantine centers, while all the asymptomatic secondary contacts will not be tested. However, they will be identified, stamped and placed in strict home quarantine for a period of 28 days and monitored daily by the local area multidisciplinary surveillance teams. The government issued orders and guidelines in this regard. The government directed that those at home quarantine for 14 days should remain so for another 14 days. The officials were instructed appropriate measures and ensure 28 days of quarantine for corona patients. Following 15 fresh cases reported, the total coronavirus positive cases in Telangana raised to 943.
In Tamil Nadu, 33 new COVID-19 cases came up yesterday, while 27 were discharged following recovery. With the new cases, the total infected people in the state has mounted to 1,629. The confirmed patients currently under treatment are 946. The death toll remains at 18, with no loss of life reported in the last 24 hours. More from our correspondent.
Chennai tops in terms of having the most number of COVID-19 patients, with 373 infected cases. Therefore, the state administration has decided to tighten the lockdown conditions in the city. 2 more IAS officials have been nominated to oversee the implementation of curfew in Chennai. Meanwhile, the Southern Railway has expanded the fleet of partial cargo express trains from Chennai Central and Egmore and Kozhikode terminals to various locations like New Delhi, Nagarkoil and Thiruvananthapuram to carry the essential items, medical supplies and equipment. Jai Singh, AER News, Chennai.
In Tripura, every Gram Panchayat in the non-autonomous district council, ADC areas and village committees in the ADC areas are vibrantly working to break the chain of COVID-19 pandemic at the village levels. More from our correspondent.
Gram Panchayats in the non-autonomous district council, ADC areas and village committees in the ADCs are taking a strong vigil on the entry of outsiders, either of within the state or outside. Director of Panchayats, Mr. R.K. Nautia, told AIR News that Panchayat and village committee members in bordering villages are carrying out the task stricter, visiting door to door so that no person from Bangladesh enters the villages, since there have been alarmed by the Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Dev considering the information on lack of maintaining social distancing in the neighboring country. Mr. Nautia further informed that besides the task, every member is also extending help in providing cooked foods to the poor and needy. Reena Nongmaithem, AIR News, Agartala.
The army is setting up 2 COVID-19 hospitals, one each in Srinagar and Jammu, as it assured full cooperation to the civil administration in combating the pandemic. An official spokesperson said that while efforts are on to set up a 250-bed hospital at Ranreet in Srinagar, another 100-bed COVID-19 care center will come up at the Army Public School Domana within the next 2 to 3 days. The spokesman said official Commissioner Health and Medical Education Atal Dulu chaired a meeting along with Senior Officer of Northern Command Major General Hari Mohan Iyer at Srinagar to review the arrangements for setting up the hospitals.
In the Union Territory Ladakh, Kargil became free of COVID-19 positive cases. After successful treatment and tested negative twice, the 4th COVID-19 positive case was discharged on Wednesday. Jammu and Kashmir government has withdrawn its earlier order cancelling the Amarnath Yatra schedule from 20th June this year. A decision regarding the dates will be taken by the Union Territory government later on. J&K Lieutenant Governor Girish Chandra Murmu, who is also the chairman of Sri Amarnath Ji Shrine Board, presided over the 38th board meeting yesterday. Microsoft founder Bill Gates has praised Prime Minister Narendra Modi for his leadership and proactive measures to flatten the COVID-19 curve in India. Mr. Gates said measures such as adopting a national lockdown, expanding focus testing to identify hotspots for isolation, quarantining and significantly increasing health expenditures to strengthen healthcare facilities are praiseworthy.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi's approval ratings increased from 62% to 68% between January 1 and April 14 as per data collected by an international polling agency Morning Consult. World Health Organization WHO has said that the novel coronavirus is likely to remain on the planet for a long time to come.
And now an overview of today's newspapers covering COVID-19 stories. COVID warriors get bigger legal shield is the headline in the Hindustan Times. Attacking healthcare workers, a non-bailable offence with jail term up to 7 years. In the wake of large number of media persons contacting COVID-19, the statement informs, take precautions, Information and Broadcasting Ministry tells media persons covering COVID-19 related incidents. Educational institutions gearing up to face a challenge posed by COVID-19. The Pioneer talks about Institute of Company Secretaries of India's e-learning revolution, wherein the institute has completely transformed its remote learning landscape to real time.
And now, before we end the special news program on COVID-19, the headlines once again. Cabinet approves ordinance making acts of violence against healthcare workers as cognizable and non-bailable offence. Indian Medical Association welcomes the move. Health Ministry says hospitals located in and around COVID-19 containment zones should treat all patients as suspected corona case until proven otherwise. And with that, we end the special news program on COVID-19.